It was around 2 o'clock in the night. Rajesh, a businessman, was traveling from Delhi to Jaipur in his car. This highway was already deserted, and even more deserted at such a late hour. It was raining lightly, and the headlights of Rajesh's car could only show the way in front. Her eyes were getting a little heavy because of fatigue, but the hurry to get home as soon as possible was forcing him to drive. After moving a few kilometers, he saw a woman by the side of the road. She was wearing a white sari, and her hair was wet. She stood all alone, even in the rain, without an umbrella or any protection. Rajesh wondered how there could be a woman on this deserted highway at such a late hour. At first, he tried to ignore it, but then stopped the car as a humanitarian gesture. Rajesh lowered the car's window and asked, "What are you doing here? You alone at such a late hour?" The woman said softly, "Will you lead me further? I'm stuck here." Rajesh felt a little uncomfortable, but he made her sit in the car. The woman sat in the back seat of the car. There was no talk between the two for some time. When Rajesh looked in the rearview mirror, his eyes fell on the woman. His eyes looked blank and lifeless. He nervously took his eyes off the mirror. "Where are you going?" he asked again, but there was no answer. When Rajesh turned around, the woman was not there. The back seat was completely empty. His soul trembled. He didn't understand what was going on. The car suddenly slowed down, and then its engine stopped working. He tried to start the car, but in vain. Then the same woman appeared again on the side of the road. She was now standing right in front of the car, a frightening smile on her face. There was a feeling of blood clotting in Rajesh's body. He was unable to do anything out of fear. The woman slowly approached the car and, leaning near the window, said, "You will also go where the rest went." Suddenly, screams and sighs echoed in his ears. He felt hundreds of spirits roaming around his car. He got terrified and tried to get out of the car. But as soon as he opened the door, a cold breeze came and the woman disappeared. Panicked, Rajesh somehow got out of the car and started running on the highway. He saw the headlights of a truck somewhere in the distance. He gave his hand to the driver of the truck and motioned him to stop. The trucker put him in the car. Rajesh gasped at the truck driver and said, "Who? That woman? She was a ghost." The truck driver listened to him and said calmly, "It often happens here. A woman was killed in an accident many years ago, and since then her spirit has been wandering on this highway. He who takes her with him never comes back." Rajesh looked at the driver in shock. There was even more fear in his eyes. That's when he realized that the speed of the truck was increasing, and a devilish smile was emerging on the driver's face. Rajesh slowly realized that he was caught in a new trouble. End. The truck's headlights disappear into darkness, and what happens to Rajesh is left uncertain. Only one empty, deserted highway remains, on which many more wanderers are waiting.